Hey, this is Bonnie Megowan, and I got to go to the Atlanta Pet Fair. I have been sharpening for hair salons for over 30 years and just recently started doing more for the groomers and selling shears to the groomers. And my burning question was, what do the groomers use? What are they buying? So I got some answers at the Atlanta Pet Fair. I think it might be of interest to you.
Hey, this is Randy with Precision Sharp. Bonnie and I have known each other probably 25 years or something back in the ancient days when we both did beauty shows. I'm now pretty much exclusively in the grooming industry. I don't do any more beauty shows. I have done a few dog shows, some pet grooming shows. I'm into customizing scissors. I'm the one that invented the curved thinner and chunker, by the way.
Oh, you're the one we hate.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to put your picture up and throw darts at it.
This is a reverse band. This is one of the things I make up in a swivel. It's a double swivel here, but it's a reverse curve for a right-hander.
Oh, right.
No, correct. Yep. But yeah, curve thinners and chunkers. You got to know how to do them if you're going to mess with the groomer. Yeah.
You have tips on how to do it? I know DJ said somebody came up to him and said that none of the sharpeners could do them. Oh, I got a story to tell you. Talked to a groomer the other day. Yeah. And sharpener came along. He says, "Ma'am," he says, "I got those curves out of all your shears."
That's bad. Oh, what else? A lot of things are lots of sets. People like sets nowadays. We sell different sets. 3 scissors for one price.
What are they getting in the sets usually?
So,
what are they asking for?
3 for $175.
Okay.
That includes the Black Panthers are the black ones.
Yeah.
And then purple and blue, exactly the same scissors, just colors.
So they're getting what, a curve, a straight, and a...
They have like 7 choices.
Oh.
They can do 8-inch,
mix
7
and match.
inch. Yeah, mix and match. Correct. Again, I'm into doing all my own curves. That's a curved
wow.
blade.
How do you do those?
Curved handle.
Oh, you don't tell it.
No. I used to get straight stuff from Germany.
Yeah.
And then I tried to order stuff from Germany with a curve.
And they don't do it.
They won't do it. I couldn't hardly even see the curve. Plus, they put the finger rest on the wrong side. When they did curve it, they had the curve going away from the animal. Actually, it was away from the human head because they don't know nothing about pet grooming stuff. At least a lot of German traditional companies don't. So then I started requesting finger rests on both sides. That took care of the curve problem. But then I started that's what got me into bending all my own stuff. So everything you see here, I do.
Wow.
So including little stuff. That's way old tradition.
I remember those. Eikert used to have some of those.
Curved blades, like. So
I got one of those in for sharpening last week.
Something that's coming back, which is different, double-sided thinners.
Yeah.
They used to be in the old days, they had wider teeth and were way more aggressive. Now the new stuff is very fine teeth, double-sided. To me, these are even better than a standard thinner because with a standard thinner, you have one solid blade on this side, so the hair is pushing against that solid blade, even if it doesn't cut it off. Here, it's falling into the space, so you have less resistance with a double-sided. And I have like 4 different models of this.
Oh, okay. Which one makes sure?
Oh, here. No.
Do you want to buy them?
This is an old traditional one. A lot of the guys don't like probably. There's a technique to doing those. I actually drill the holes and put these together myself.
Iker used to make those. I have one for show and tell when they come for training.
I sell about one a show.
Do you actually take them all apart to sharpen them? Okay, good. I'm glad, because I don't either.
Yeah. I do have hardware in case you guys need it.
You do? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I have all that stuff.
What length is the most used?
7.5.
7.5? Okay, I was
Yeah,
thinking
like-
8, but
Well, see, I go 7.5 to 8.5 in the German stuff.
yeah.
And the American-made stuff is 7.5 to 8.5. So I have no 8s. It's either 7.5 or 8.5.
Okay.
That's
They
the-
ask for 9s?
Some people do. I only have. This is actually 9 3/4. The
Whoa.
longest thing I have.
Yeah.
But this thing is gorgeous. The poodle people are killing for this.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Is very, very smooth. And as long as if they do high quality poodles or something,
Yeah.
they want something like that.
Yeah.
True convex. It's just beautiful. So that's pretty much it.
Well, I mean, it's a market for sharpeners to be able to sharpen for the groomers and also sell the grooming shears. I mean, it's a...
Yeah.
Hey, Sammy, we're back with you at the hair show. You got the biggest shear booth here, right?
Yes, thank God. Yeah, so we're here at Atlanta Pet Fair, just with our shears, and you know, as you can see, some of the other products that we introduced over the years, and yeah, just enjoying, you know, getting back to the trade shows, and I'm glad to be able to see everyone back again. You know, everything's been shut down for a while, so.
You get to see the whole face now too, huh?
Yeah, you can talk to people, you can see people, so it's a great thing.
Here's my question: what length are the best sellers of the grooming shears? What if a sharpener is selling grooming shears and they're like, what style should they start out with?
So grooming shears, your best selling size is going to be the 8-inch straight, 8-inch curve, the thinner, and the blenders, and then comes the 7, and then comes the 9 and 10.
Okay, in that order.
In that
okay.
order.
Okay. And I'm just going to kind of show all that you've got. They just go on and on and on and on here, Sammy. Look at this. Yeah, I do a lot of videos with sharpening the Kenchiis because they come in and somebody else is sharpening them wrong and taking like half
how
the
that goes,
metal
yeah.
off. Yep. So it's important if somebody buys good shears and make sure somebody knows what they're doing sharpening.
Sure.
So y'all don't sharpen at these shows?
We don't sharpen at the shows. You know, it takes a while to do a good job. So.
Yeah, you can't do the best at the shows.
Right.
So. Anything else? Most of the people on YouTube are sharpeners. Anything special you think you need to tell them?
You mean for sharpening?
Well,
I guess
of it.
for
Anything
sharpening,
talking
the best thing is to invest, you know, in a good equipment. Learn as much as you can because that's what's going to propel you to the next level. You know, if you're just doing like maybe bevel edges, learn how to do convex and semi-convex because as you know we progress, most of our line you see here is going to be semi-convex and convex edge. You need to learn how to put the right line. You know, just better education, I think, overall, and just improve your sharpening game, and you can get a lot more business out.
All right. Well, thank you.
I'm Linda Easton, and I'm the president of International Professional Groomers. And we certify groomers for safety as well as for advanced skills. So our primary push in the last 10 years has really been safety for groomers, whether they're grooming cats or dogs. And we just started our new cat certification program, so we're here promoting our cat program. But we're all about groomers treating dogs well and using equipment that keeps them safe as well as makes the groomers more efficient.
Okay, if you're a sharpener, what do we need to know different about sharpening shears for cat groomers?
So for cats, real important that the scissors are sharp. I like a scissor that's got a blunt tip because cats are more likely to move than a dog quickly. Dogs will move too, but cats are more likely. Probably they're going to be better off with a convex edge, instead of a beveled edge, just because it's going to give a little bit cleaner. Their hair is much softer than dogs, and it has a lot of oil in it. So it's soft and oily, which is not a combination you tend to find in dogs. So if your scissors aren't sharp, they're going to push that hair instead of cutting it. And
What length do they normally use?
what length of scissors? I would never use anything longer than a 7 on a cat, because they can move so much. You want to have, and that gives you a lot of control. And I like scissors that have a fairly short shank, so that you really can control where the tip is going. Because if your shank is too long, you lose control of the tip. Not only, this is better for their hands anyways, we promote preventing carpal tunnel with having the right handle, but for cats, you really want a fairly short scissor so that you definitely have control of where the tips are going. If you have a long scissor, you just don't always have control where the end is. And the same thing with clipper blades. They need to be sharp, probably not blades that have been sharpened enough that, you know, be real important for the sharpeners to make sure that the teeth on the clippers aren't getting sharp points on them, because cat skin is so fragile. It's much more fragile than dog skin, and it doesn't just cut, it tears. So real important that they have clipper blades that are sharpened well and sharpened frequently.
Now I noticed there's one company, I think it was Oster or was it Andis, that had specific cat clipper blades.
And I haven't looked at those to see the difference, but so I can't even comment on that. I don't know what the difference with theirs is. I should go bug them and ask.
But you use the dog blades on the cats?
I use the same blades, but I don't use the same blade in the same day. I always clean them and oil them before I use it on a cat, because that just gets the smell. You should always do them between animals anyways, but that way they don't, I don't want anything that smells like a dog when I'm grooming a cat, because they can be, you want to keep them as calm as you can, and that's just one more thing that can distract them. But you always want to have multiple blades so that if they heat up, you're not having to spray any kind of coolant. And we all know that's not very good anyways, but you certainly don't want to take a spray can and spray it when you're working on a cat, because that would be scary. So you just want to have all your tools all laid out. If you know you're going to be having to clip them, you want to have multiple blades ready, clean and ready to go, so that you can switch out blades easily while you're grooming them. So.
Thank you.
Now, if you're wanting to sell shears to the groomers, if you're out there sharpening, we are now carrying a few longer shears that would work well for groomers or barbers, and plenty of other shears and sharpening supplies and sharpening training equipment. So check out our website and subscribe to our YouTube channel.